think about how wild the MCU has already gotten with its versions of the Hulk, it's kinda surprising that Marvel still seems to be on a roll adding even more Hulk variants. Some people instantly jump into the comments with something like, "Come on, we have Red Hulk now, what more do you want?" But that argument doesn't really hold up once you dive deeper into the history of the Hulk across the comics, because the MCU hasn't even scratched the surface of the strongest or the coolest Hulk versions out there. So it's worth asking the real question, which Hulk variant actually stands at the top? Let's take a trip through Hulk history and break down the ones that truly shaped his power levels, because this character has evolved in a bunch of unexpected ways since 1962. Starting at the very beginning, the original Grey Hulk from the Incredible Hulk #1 wasn't exactly the powerhouse fans later fell in love with. Stan Lee and Jack Kirby intended him to be gray from the start, although a printing issue pushed him into that now iconic green shade. This first version was incredibly strong, but he wasn't fast or agile, and he completely lost Bruce Banner's intelligence during the transformation. That made him easy for villains like Loki to manipulate. This split between Banner's mind and Hulk's muscle became a key theme over the decades. So although Grey Hulk is important historically, stronger forms eventually left him far behind. Then, the Ultimate Hulk from the Ultimate Universe arrived and instantly shook things up. You probably remember the jaw-dropping panel where he tears Wolverine in half like it's nothing. That alone cemented him among the most brutal Hulks ever. Even though he displayed insane strength, the Ultimate Hulk still topped out below the main Earth 616 Hulk. He lost major fights against Hercules and Thor, two characters the classic Hulk could usually stalemate. On top of that, this Hulk actually got manipulated by one of the most powerful Kang variants, who used him to gather Infinity Stones. So while he was terrifying, he wasn't the absolute strongest. When the green version of the Hulk fully took over in 1962, it became clear that Marvel wanted this form to be a big step up from the original gray version. The Incredible Hulk quickly proved he could match godlike power because he fought Hercules to a draw. This Hulk was more agile, more powerful, and better known for those huge physics-breaking leaps. Even though people sometimes overlook him today, this early green version set the foundation for every stronger variant that followed. Moving into darker territory, we get Infernal Hulk from Earth 11638. This Hulk literally became a demon. In this world, Bruce Banner became the Sorcerer Supreme and ripped the Hulk persona from his mind, banishing him to hell. But instead of suffering, the Hulk grew stronger in the flames and transformed into a monstrous demon bent on revenge. His return to Earth kicked off a violent rampage, and stopping him required trapping him inside another version of Bruce Banner and snapping that Banner's neck before he could break free again. It's one of the most disturbing Hulk variants ever created. Then there's Hulk 2099, a version who didn't just rely on raw strength, but also carried some unique physical traits like claws and a long prehensile tongue. This Hulk kept his intelligence and could shift between forms at will, and he lived in a dark, futuristic world where he worked as an attorney. In many ways, his personality aligned more with She-Hulk than the traditional Hulk. Speaking of She-Hulk, she deserves her own place on this list. Jennifer Walters gained her abilities through a blood transfusion from Bruce, but unlike him, she kept her intelligence and carried her strength into her human form. Since her powers grow with anger just like Bruce's, her full limits remain unknown. Even though Hulk has overpowered her at various points, especially during events like World War Hulk, they've both upgraded so much over time that the comparison has become a lot more complicated. And then there's Spider-Hulk, a hybrid that blends Hulk's strength with Spider-Man's agility, reflexes, and spider sense. This combination makes him a serious threat because he can anticipate danger before it even happens. Several Spider-Hulks exist across the multiverse, and it wouldn't be surprising if the MCU eventually uses one, especially with how deep the multiverse has become. Weapon H, or the Hulkverine, might be one of the most dangerous creations Marvel has ever unleashed. He's a fusion of Hulk and Wolverine, meaning he has Hulk's brute strength combined with Wolverine's healing factor and adamantium claws. But it gets wilder because Weapon H can also switch into other Hulk states like Red Hulk or even leader-type forms, giving him wings or telepathy when needed. His versatility alone makes him one of the most unpredictable and downright deadly Hulk variants ever. Another intense version is Clue, essentially a Hulk that Bruce had repressed deep within his psyche. Clue came out during the Axis storyline and absolutely demolished one of the strongest Avengers teams ever assembled. He could regenerate, wield telekinesis, and was immune to telepathic attacks. On top of that, he could perceive astral forms, meaning he could sense beings like Doctor Strange even when others couldn't. He's basically the Hulk you get when you remove all restraint. Then you have Green Scar, the version that dominated the gladiator arenas on Sakaar during the Planet Hulk storyline. Living and fighting on that brutal planet increased his strength and combat skill dramatically. Green Scar ultimately fought his way to becoming Sakaar's ruler. His toughness and fighting instincts were so overwhelming that this version inspired Thor Ragnarok decades later. One of the wildest combinations ever created is Venom Hulk, which happens when Hulk bonds with the Venom symbiote. During the Absolute Carnage storyline, Carnage gained godlike power, forcing extreme measures to stop him. That led to Venom choosing Hulk as a host. The fusion boosted Hulk's strength even more and gave him the symbiote's ranged attacks, shape-shifting, and sensory abilities. Even though Venom Hulk still lost to Carnage, this version remains one of the coolest and most powerful fusions in Hulk history. Then there's Maestro, a dark future Hulk who absorbed additional gamma radiation until he became strong enough to kill every other superhero on Earth. Maestro kept his intelligence and used it to dominate his dystopian world. He first appeared in the future Imperfect series and has since remained one of the most iconic villainous Hulks, basically the nightmare version of what Hulk could become if all morals vanished. But World Breaker Hulk takes devastation to another level. After his family seemingly died because of the ship explosion that exiled him from Sakaar, Hulk returned to Earth in a rage no one had ever seen before. His power spiraled so out of control that he destroyed the entire US East Coast. If he hadn't been stopped, he could have wiped out the planet. He defeated She-Hulk, resisted Black Bolt's powerful voice, and crushed nearly every major hero during World War Hulk. Many fans still consider World Breaker the true peak of Hulk's destructive potential. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Drop your ideas for future videos in the comments. We're always down to hear what you want to see next. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because we've got some fire updates coming soon on which movie will kick off the MCU's mutant saga and what's next for the Inhumans. So stay locked in.